One thing that I really miss from Argentina as well is their ice cream. They have wonderful ice cream, or alfajores, little chocolate covered cakes that they have, or like covered cookies. Those are wonderful. The food down there is so good. I miss it. They eat a lot of pizza, and the only different thing about it is you'll have the cheese on it and then it's just olives a lot of the time. And so that was something I had to get used to. They have this thing, it's called gnocchis, and it's like a pasta thing that you have with sauce over it. Those were my favorite. They eat a lot of milanesas, which I loved. It's almost just like a really thin piece of beef or chicken or anything like that, and then it's breaded and then fried with other different seasonings, and it's so yummy. Okay, adjusting to culture. I think the biggest thing is to just laugh at yourself. Some things you won't get why they do, or you won't even really understand what they're saying or background behind things, but just learn to laugh at yourself and keep your head up, your self-esteem up, because you'll get used to it. Things will come eventually, even when you think it won't. You won't. But just to try new things, don't be afraid. People in Argentina are really loving. They greet each other with a kiss and hug. The guys do that to each other too. They just are super loving, touchy-feely people. And I had a lot of companions from Argentina as well, and I definitely was not a person that was touchy-feely, so it was a little bit different for me. But as you just try and learn maybe one thing a day that's different about Argentina, the foods they eat, it'll help you to learn to love just everything about it. One of the biggest things for me with the culture was probably the touching, and the food I really didn't have too much of a problem with, unless they fed us parts of the cow. They have this drink that's called mate that they absolutely love, and it's something that I've grown to love too. I've brought some home. They do a really fun celebration for the 9th of July, which is their independence, and they eat a soup every year. It's called locro. Has just a bunch of different meats, different parts of the cow, pig, but it actually turned out really yummy. And I love the way that they celebrate, because they have their fun dances that they do, and they always stay for a really long time, and they talk to each other, and they really try to connect with each other on a different level. That is something I noticed about them, and it's maybe something that I haven't really seen in my life. I mean, we do here, but it's just a little different. We go to a party and maybe like, okay, we eat and we leave. And they have so many holidays in Argentina. We laugh at them sometimes, but almost every day of the week it would be a different holiday, like Cat Day, or it just would go on. So they love celebrating. They love having something to celebrate, and that's really fun. And they have this time of the day called the Siesta, and so they eat their big lunch and they get super tired, and then they shut down all their stores, everything. The street is so quiet from about 2 till 4, and that is when everyone sleeps. But that was always really funny, maybe different, just seeing the streets quiet. Like, where did everyone go? Just so you get a picture of how hard it rains in Argentina. One time we were walking really fast to get to the bus, because after it passes, it doesn't pass for another 3 hours. So we get out of this lesson, it's just pouring rain, and I was wearing a maybe lighter skirt, and it wasn't the tightest skirt either. And we start walking and we see the bus coming. I'm like, oh no, if we miss the bus, we won't get home on time. And so me and my companion start running, and with the rain and just running, my skirt had fallen all the way down to my boots. Luckily I was wearing really thick tights, so it didn't look too bad. But it fallen down to my knee, like my ankles, and I'm trying to get my skirt up, trying to run to the bus. And luckily the bus driver, when we got on the bus, he's like, I thought it was funny. I saw your skirt fall, so we waited for you. So we made the bus, but it was pretty embarrassing. But yeah, it rains really hard. We were in a park outside, really close to a member's house where we were about to eat, and we had a couple extra minutes, so we were just doing language study, scripture study. And a guy pulled up on a motorcycle right in front of us and just wanted to show us every part of his body. So he took off all of his clothes and he's just like going around us like, girls, look at me. And we were just trying to keep our heads down. My companion, this is when I just recently got to Argentina, and she's like, don't look up. And just being scared out of my mind. I was like, what's gonna happen? I don't know what's going on. So he's just circling around us with no clothing. But finally he had left, and I definitely know that was the Lord helping us out, because we're just sitting there praying, half crying. It's like, please help us. Help him leave. Yeah, that was kind of a crazy story. The men can be kind of crazy, but it'll be okay.